Narration 154 indicates that of the people of the community, Muhammad said Abu Bakr would be the most merciful, Umar would be the sternest, Uthman would be the most modest, Ali would be the best at judgment, Ubay bin Ka'b would be the best Quran reciter, Mu'adh bin Jabal would be the best legalist, the best right and wrong determiner, I guess. Zayd bin Thabit would be the best in the inheritance rules. Abu Ubaidah bin Jarrah would be the trustworthy guardian. Narration 158 indicates that upon the death of Sa'ad bin Mu'adh, God's throne trembled. The next narration, well, before we get to that, remember that God's throne accepts the martyrs, and there's some other narrations like that indicate that the response up to the highest of what can go on here. So 159 includes the prayer Allahumma thamtu wanjalhu hadiyan mahdiya. All divinity, grant him firmness and cause him to guide others, that he's one of the guided. And that's about Jarir bin Abdullah al-Bajali when he approached Muhammad and asked him, he brought up that he had trouble sitting firmly on his horse. In the next narration, Muhammad said the best among them were those that were present at Badr, the battle. And likewise was thought of the light beings, the unfallen angels, the Malaika, Ahuras, Devis, whatever you want to call them in your language, were those that were present there too. Narration 163, Muhammad said that whoever loves the community of helpers, God will love them, and whoever hates them, God will return that hate. And the community of helpers, the Ansar, were the people who took in the Muslimin that migrated to what was at the start of the Caliphate called Yathrib. But, it quickly changed its name to something more agreeable, and I don't remember what Yathrib means. So, narration 166 was the prayer for Ibn Abbas when Muhammad hugged him, saying, Allahumma limhu hikmata wa tawil al-kitab. All divinity, teach him wisdom and the correct interpretation of the book. Well, correct is in parentheses because obviously 167 is about when Ali was telling the people about a man with something strange about his hand from the Khawarij. And he would tell them what would be the case of those who killed this person if they, if he thought they were people who would exercise restraint. The next narration regards people at the end time that will have new teeth, and they'll speak of the best words. They'll even recite Quran, but it won't be more than a breathing thing for them. But there'll be fools, and there'll be reward for killing them. But as we've seen in the previous, it's not killing them because they're merely hypocrites. It's these armies running about, these reformists that think they're, that want to force the religion on people. It's like, well, what's all those passages about tolerance and you can't be their guard over them and all that sort of stuff. They ignore that, so they recite the stuff, but they only, anyways. So I'm not inciting anything particular here, and obviously the connotation with the last one, the Khawarij and the Dajjal, the Antichrist, as might be called. But Antichrist isn't really the right term; it's broader than that. 169 refers to the Haruriya. It's the type of the Khawarij and what the Prophet said about them. And compared to them, the people of the time were told that it will seem like your prayer is inferior to theirs. But they pass through religion like an arrow that it goes through its target, and you don't see that anything is, you question whether or not anything is on it from going through the target. Narration 766 indicates that it's forbidden to make the lost and found announcements in a masjid. Now, there can be ways of doing this outside of it, though. But remember with the last narration that be careful to not just go through the